Skincare can feel confusing, and a lot of the confusion is deliberate. Skincare brands benefit from overcomplicating things to sell you more products that you don't need. And that really pisses me off. Knowing what your skin type is makes caring for it easier. And if you want to look fresher, healthier, and get the best results from skincare, it's essential. Now, you don't need to spend a fortune on skincare to get good results. You just need 6 weeks of consistency with a good routine. That's it. In this video, I'm going to show you a quick and simple way to work out what your skin type actually is. You have to bear with me a little bit because I've just actually done some microneedling, so my skin isn't looking its best. But hey, we're all friends here, and I just wanted to jump on and make this video. Now, in your skincare routine, you're almost certainly going to want to cleanse your skin with a cleanser and use an SPF to protect you from the sun, the UV rays. But the moisturizer you use and any serums should be determined by your skin type and any conditions that you want to treat. Working out your skin type is actually surprisingly simple. But a lot of the confusion comes because everybody's skin is different, meaning nobody's skin type is really the same. And on top of that, your skin changes throughout your life depending on what's going on with your body, which actually makes it a little bit more confusing because it's not a still thing, it's actually a moving target. If we haven't met yet, hello, I'm Kirk, a skincare enthusiast studying to be an advanced esthetician because I'm that goddamn enthusiastic. I'm on a mission to try and simplify skincare and help people get better results and feel better about themselves. If you just want a simple, unsponsored, science-informed routine to follow, which will get you results from 6 weeks of consistency, you can download my free guide that I made below. And obviously, if you want more of this sweet, juicy content, subscribe. Okay, first we've got to talk about the difference between skin type and skin conditions. Now, I've been surprised about the different dermatologists and credible skincare voices out there with slightly different opinions on this. I've recently completed a CIBTAC Level 2 in facial skincare and VTCT Level 3 in anatomy and physiology, which is there's a kind of entry level to mid qualifications in skincare that's going to form the basis for what we're chatting about today. If you follow what we're talking about here, you'll be in great shape. But a course esthetician training that I've done and am doing is about taking skin with a healthy baseline and improving it, not treating ailments or conditions with the skin or pathologies, which is what they call it. That's what doctors and dermatologists are trained to do. So I just thought that was worth flagging in case there's any discrepancies. But broad brush, what we're talking about will do you just fine. Now, before we talk about the different skin types and how you can work yours out, you've got to understand skin conditions and how they're different from skin types. Skin conditions can be found across all skin types, and they include dehydration, where your skin lacks moisture, sensitivity, where your skin is particularly reactive to environmental or physical stressors, acne, congestion, dark spots or hyperpigmentation, milia, rosacea or general redness, broken capillaries, comedones, which are blackheads and whiteheads, and aging signs such as fine lines, wrinkles, and loss of elasticity. 9 times out of 10, any serum that you use in your skincare routine help address skin conditions. You might use a kojic acid, tranexamic acid, or niacinamide to help fight dark spots or hyperpigmentation, for example. Or you might use an azelaic acid to combat redness or rosacea. There's a couple of exceptions to this. For example, a salicylic acid cleanser like this one from CeraVe or this one from Remedy might help reduce the appearance of your pores, but it's not changing your pore size. It's just helping to keep them clearer. There's also something called the Fitzpatrick scale that a lot of skincare professionals, at least here in the UK, use to consider and assess how reactive or responsive your skin is to UV exposure and your suitability for different chemical peels, laser treatments, and microneedling depths. But I don't think it's as important as knowing and understanding your skin type, so I'm not going to cover that here. But if you want me to go into greater detail and make a video about the Fitzpatrick scale, just let me know. Knowing your skin type is important, and it can influence the moisturizers that you use and sometimes the SPF, depending on if it's functioning as a moisturizer for you or not. Now, this bit's important. When we're talking about your skin type, we're not talking about the tone or color of your skin or its laxity or laxativity. We're mainly talking about how your skin produces oil and how effective your skin barrier is in maintaining hydration. The amount of oil in your skin and where the oil is located, because it isn't always spread out evenly and everyone's face is different, determines your skin type. And it's largely genetic. But your skin can change how it behaves over time due to hormones, your age, and the environment in which it's in. Your skin type, or oil levels, also change during different phases of your life. For example, we're often oilier during puberty, and women often experience drier skin during the menopause. Men, in general, usually have thicker, oilier skin than women, and because your oil levels change throughout your life, it's worth just checking in with your skin every so often from time to time and just seeing how it's behaving and if anything's changed, using the method that I'm just about to show you. Your skin also has different needs in different environments. We tend to use thicker, more occlusive products in winter and lighter products in warmer, more humid environments, for example. The oil, or sebum, is produced by the sebaceous glands located in the dermis, which is our skin's second layer below the epidermis. We've got the highest concentration of sebaceous glands on our face and scalp, which is why we tend to develop more acne on the face. That's part of the reason why our skin can have different characteristics during puberty or the menopause, for example. Stress can also play a big role in how our skin behaves and looks. Stress triggers a hormonal cascade that can increase oil production and inflammation. And just to make things even more confusing, two people can have the identical hormone levels but very different skin oiliness, because sebaceous gland sensitivity is influenced by our genetics and so varies from person to person, and everybody's androgen receptor sensitivity is different. So with all of that said, really the only thing we can be certain of is that your skin type is difficult to predict, and it's something that's going to be constantly changing and evolving with you throughout life. So thanks for all of that, Kirk, but how do I actually work out what my skin type actually is? I can hear you ask. Well, my friend, here are the quick, simple, and easy to follow steps for you to work it out. Step 1, you've got to cleanse your face, ideally using a gentle cleanser. You might want to do this after you've got out of the shower, obviously have a shower, but you might not. You just might want to walk up to the sink and wash your face. You can use any gentle cleanser that you can get your hands on, but like maybe this one from CeraVe, which is one I quite like, which is a gentle cleansing cream to foam cleanser, and it works for most skin types. So it's a fairly solid bet, but like I say, just do whatever cleanser you can get your hands on. But obviously water will work just fine too. Don't use a harsh bar soap though. Water would be better than a bar soap. Step 2, once you've cleansed your face, you don't do anything. You can pat dry it with a washcloth or disposable towel if you have to. Ideally, you'd let it air dry, and don't use a bacteria-ridden towel, whatever you do. Once you've cleansed your face, wait for about an hour or so and do nothing. I'll do nothing to your face. Step 3, an hour's gone past and you're going to go and look in the mirror at your beautiful, fine self. And you're going to find one of the following scenarios. You're going to find that your skin is possibly oily. So if your skin's oily, it's overproducing oils. And we can see that or work that out because it's a bit shiny and maybe it's got a bit of a substance or a grease to it on the surface. Depending on how oily your skin is can obviously impact or determine that shininess or that oil. But yeah, so that's something to look for. You might feel that you have disproportionately larger pores. Get pores particularly pronounced on my nose, which I think is relatively common. So if you're going to have pores, a high likelihood is that they'll be on your nose if you've got them, which are little dots effectively. There'll be some flashing up on the screen. Also, if you rub your skin or touch it, it's probably going to be a bit smoother to the touch and almost be slightly greasy. Now, when you look in the mirror, you could also find that you've got dry skin. So dry skin isn't the same as dehydrated skin. Dehydrated skin is where we're lacking water or moisture, whereas dry skin doesn't produce enough oil. So quite often after we've washed our face, it feels a little bit itchy or tight or cracks easily. Maybe it flakes, but it doesn't always flake. You can also sometimes find that it doesn't always absorb product very easily, and it can generally feel just a bit rough or tight and uncomfortable. Usually with dry skin, you have smaller, less pronounced pores, which some people see as a benefit, but your skin will probably feel a bit rough. As we get older, into our 30s, late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, our skin typically becomes drier. But that isn't always the case. So really, you just want to look for that sense of cracking or a lack of moisture. The third type that could present itself when you look at yourself in the mirror is what we call combination skin. Now, this one's a bit harder to spot, so just be patient with yourself. But combination skin is, you guessed it, a combination of dry and oily skin. So we said that oily skin is characterized by a shine or a bit of a grease, and the drier, rougher skin is typically dry. So combination is where you have different areas of the face presenting both of those types, those skin types. So typically, the most common is what we call an oily T-zone. This is what I have. So the part of your face here and here is typically oily, and then the sides round here are drier. If that's you, you might want to think about treating different parts of the skin in different ways. You've obviously got your oilier part here, and then your drier part here, or however your genetic makeup is. But my personal approach has been just to follow a well-rounded, well-thought-through routine, like the one linked down below, but obviously just make sure it's one that's well thought through, which, spoiler alert, includes a cleanser, vitamin C, retinoid, moisturizer, and SPF. I typically use that across my entire face, and then occasionally, if I've got quite pronounced pores in my oilier zones here and here, I'll use something like a salicylic acid, either cleanser or sometimes a serum, or a pore mask, just to combat that specific condition that I want to treat. But in general, I just treat my face as one, and it works out pretty well most of the time, apart from when you just had microneedling like now and you're not feeling your best. The fourth skin type that could present itself is the one for you, my child, the blessed Madonna, balanced skin. So balanced skin can withstand a lot. It used to be called normal skin, but I don't really like that phrase because, let's be honest, who really is normal anyway? So we're going to go with balance. If your skin's balanced, it can withstand a lot. It doesn't underreact or overreact, and you are the blessed Madonna, chosen one, lucky one. However, what I would say is that if you have got balanced skin, at times you can maybe rest in your laurels and think you're balanced and that's you for life, but over time it changes, and so it can maybe creep up on you a little bit. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, if you've got balanced skin, you still need to maintain it, but you just find that you've got a wider array of products that suit you. Now, some of the assessments I've done, particularly with SIBTAC, also talk about mature skin types and how to treat or perform. They don't refer to it as healthy aging, but I actually think that's a bit of a outdated view on things. And to be honest with you, in my humble opinion, I don't see mature skin as a skin type. I see it more as a condition which you treat and ultimately treat the same as anything else if you want to. So I'm not really going to go into that in any more detail than that, but I just thought I should mention it because I'd be doing a disservice to you guys if I didn't. If you found this video useful, download my free unsponsored skin guide below, which takes you through a science-informed routine that will level up your skin game and deliver meaningful results within 6 weeks of consistency. And also, if you want to watch my video on Korean skincare, watch it up here. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.